Tesla back to the VWAP, thanks very much. Whoop, Tesla back to the VWAP, I appreciate that. I just don't like this momentum here. That's too strong for me. That's got to change for me to take a short. I still like car short here though. It's trying to bounce a little bit. I'm not going to chase it. Meta for a long still looks decent to me. Starting to bounce back up again here. Still in BL. BL creeping up here. Still probably needs to go up about 25 to 30 cents for us to take up profits in BL. And we took profits in Roblex today. We took profits in the call debit spread on the Qs overnight. This MULN was a crazy Momo stock today. These little lines like that. This was a halt. It's been halted several times today. Hey, Heaven. Good morning. Good morning, Heaven. SPY still creeping up here. 597.95 is what the high is on it for today. The SPY has resistance level now at 602.09. 602.09. Still got a ways to go up to that. Triple Qs also trying to get to the day high. And IWM. I like CAR for a short here, CAR. I like CAR for a short. It's got about $1.50 or $2 to the downside right now. Again, we took profits in Herbalex today. Nice dollar contract profit right there. Took profits in the Q call debit spread we had overnight. That worked nicely as well. Haven't had a lot of trades. The market has not really been conducive to taking a lot of trades. Still after 11 o'clock. So I still like MCHP. MCHP is a beautiful setup. I saw it yesterday. It's setting up another doji sandwich setup, what we call a doji sandwich setup on an MCHP. Big candle here yesterday, big bullish candle right through the 200-day moving average, right above this resistance. Putting in a little bit of a kind of a long-legged doji here today, but that's a nice setup on MCHP. And CRWV is also setting up for a doji sandwich. If you know what a doji sandwich is, it's a big green candle followed by a doji, which is many times followed by another big green candle the next day. So we call it a doji sandwich setup when you've got the big green candle and then a doji candle. That's the setup for the doji sandwich. Did I take profits on AEVA? I did, Brian. I did take profits on AEVA. It came up to resistance. The resistance was 1990. It went through it to 2005, but I took profits on it. It was actually a pretty decent trade on AEVA. It's got room now to 2050. Had resistance at 1990. I took it off right at a little over 1990. Tesla up for the VWAP again. Can't touch it short here with that momentum. Current time frame momentum, way too bullish. Way too bullish. Looking at Meta here, it's starting to move back up again. It kind of pulled back here a little bit, but still looks good. And CAR looks like a good short. I'm not going to chase it down here, but it's a nice short setup. MULN has been an insane Momo trade stock. I had it this morning. I took profits in it, but it keeps going. 1686 was the resistance. Just went through that. It's got the next resistance at 2091, and then it's got a resistance at $34. Just a crazy momentum stock. Again, it's a momentum stock that I consider a momentum stock. It's got a lot of volume today, 4.9 million shares. It has a float of 21.6 million, which is pretty high, but for a Momo stock, but still, as you can see, it's ripping up here today. Does a doji sandwich work on various time frame charts or just on a daily? I just use it on a daily, Paul. I don't try to use those on 5 minutes or 15 minutes or hours, and I don't. I've never really quantified it to see whether it works or not, but I just don't think it's got the same power on a lower time frame like that. With a big volume and a big candle followed by a small candle. A lot of times it just tells you that the buyers have been strong, the profit taking is very weak, and then a lot of times you'll get a follow through the next day. Listen, nothing's 100%, but a lot of times it will retrace or recreate another candle after the doji sandwich setup that will be about the same size as the previous one. If we look at Meta. Today, as you see, Meta's moving up. If we look at Meta on the daily chart here, see that's a doji sandwich right there. See this? See the big green candle, doji. Now we're getting another green candle today, and this we'd say this is likely to go approximately the same distance as this was 30 points. Okay, so it's up about 20 points here today. So it's got potential to put in about another $10 today, based on the doji sandwich. Again, they don't always work. Nothing always works. Yeah, and Tesla not going back here. It's again, I'd like it short, but I don't like it when the momentum gets like this. This has been very, very strong here with momentum. The momentum's right up there, so there's some buying here in Tesla. Ryan just took $1 on Mullen. Good job. Very nice job, Ryan. There's a lot to be made. You just got to be careful on these things because they can reverse just as quickly as they went up. So you have to be careful. This thing has just been ripping up all day long. Again, it has a fairly low float, so there's it's kind of like a short squeeze. Again, you want to be careful with Mullen because right now, this is the first red candle was put in since right here. Put in a little one here. This is another red candle. So you've got to be very, very cautious if you're trying to trade these kind of things. I don't recommend these for inexperienced traders. They're way too volatile. That's kind of like CoreWeave. CoreWeave is another one. Very, very volatile. CoreWeave is another doji sandwich setup, by the way. Big green doji. So far. See what it looks like at the end of the day. Bunch of Meta just moving sideways. All right. Look around for some stocks. Buy pretty much. It's it gapped up this morning. We had the ADP numbers were weak as far as jobs are concerned. Only added 37,000 jobs, way below what was expected. So there was a weakness about 8:30, but the market recovered with a nice move up early on. And then we had the ISM numbers came out at 10, which were weak, 49.5, which is below. That's a contraction as far as ISM services is concerned. Not good. and pull back, but then the market just, you can see the big hammer bar here as the market pulled down hard, bars came right back in again, and they've been basically kind of paired off since then. Q's looking about the same. Again, we did take profits on our triple Q call debit spread from overnight, and we also took profits in our Roblex. Meta coming down now. Pretty slow market action here right now. You can see that we're just meandering around just above the VWAP. Look, you can see the momentum here on the SPY. Sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. This is a pretty directionless right now. BL still holding up pretty well here. Yeah, we need about another 30 cents in this thing to get our profits. SPY's starting to pull back a little bit, so is the Q's. Tesla's still holding up above the VWAP here. Meta just riding sideways. And Car, which I like for short, coming back down again. Doesn't have a lot of room down to resist to support now. It's fairly close to support at first, the next support level I got in is 109.31. So not very far away. Then 107.18. Microsoft holding up pretty well. Apple had been strong this morning. Still holding up okay, but it is below the VWAP now. Chip stocks, Nvidia up slightly, very slightly. AMD up a little bit better. Supermicro this morning, also green. Procter & Gamble up a little bit. General Mills also up. So some of these consumer defensive stocks are up a bit this morning. Meta pulling back toward the VWAP again. You're welcome, Paul, on those doji sandwiches. Again, I've never really looked at them on short time frames, to tell you the truth, because a lot of times the candles, it's just too much volatility on 5 minutes. Tesla trying to come back below the VWAP here. Momentum's still very strong on Tesla though. What's my target on CMG? Well, see, I'm not in CMG, but what's my target on Chipotle? Well, if I was in it, I'd be getting out right now. It's just hit the 100-day moving average right here. See that? Then you get 52.60, but this is a pretty strong resistance level right there in that 100. You can see it went right to it. 100 is 52.26. It has the high today of 52.28. So it went through it by 2 cents and pulled back. I would be out. That would be my target for sure if you were in CMG. You can see how it just hit it and just starts to pull back. William, you grabbed a June 25th $60 call. I'm not sure which stock you're talking about. MCHP, okay. Yeah, MCHP is a nice setup. Very nice setup. Hey. Hey.
So glad. Did you close the door for the day?
No, it's been out here the whole
Oh,
time.
he has? That's good. I was back.
He's going crazy. He's so excited.
I'm so excited. Oh, excited.
How is it? Many people in the class?
There are about 6. It's not bad. More than the first class. Glad they didn't go to the first class.
Hmm?
I said I'm glad it wasn't the next class.
Yeah, Ruthie came home to see. Ruthie came home to see. Oh, so good.
I need my coffee. Yes,
Such
that
good.
one got
Such
my
good.
prescription.
Oh, you got it?
Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Not a thing?
Not really.
Nothing exciting?
Nope.
Oh my God, I gotta tell you, wait, before you put your ears on. I was going back to my car,
Yeah.
and this is not an exaggeration. There was a man, an older man, that was, I wouldn't say walking, but he was in the parking lot.
Yeah.
He was going to.
This Publix?
Huh?
Publix?
Yeah.
No walking like that?
I'm not kidding.
Really?
I'm not kidding. All the way to his car.
Yeah.
And then he got in the car and drove.
Wow.
I mean, I couldn't believe it.
He's pretty crippled, I'd say. He can still drive all right, probably.
How do you know? I mean, is it control of his legs or what is
I
it?
don't know.
But I'm just saying,
It's
it's
scary.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah. I mean, I felt bad for him. You have to remember to take one of these too.
Oh, we need to take all our charges.
Yeah, well, just one of these. We can share one.
All right, so SPY's coming down a little bit here. Yeah, William, I was looking at, Tesla does look like a nice short. I like it short, but I don't like, I'm not going to trade against the momentum here. I'm just not going to do it. This tells me something. So, it could be wrong to think it turn around and go down because it's not 100%, but I certainly am not going to take it short when I see that. You notice the car, see how car bounced right off of the support level, very close to that support level I was talking about on car 109. It was too close to support to take it short for me, and we had a support level on car at 109.31. It got down to 109.93. So again, much too close to support to be trying to take it short in here. Tesla still holding sideways. Meta momentum is just kind of this stuff. You can see how the momentum line is fairly, even though it's going yellow blue. There's a very small gradations in this momentum here. You could easily go right back to blue again if it just curls up. So this is not telling us much, except that the fact that it's pretty well, buyers and sellers are pretty well offset here right now. BL. About 11:30 right now. Let's see if you have any questions over here in the YouTube. Yeah, looks like we have some here. QA, crap market, no direction. Yeah, that happens a lot of times. Yeah, there's no direction in the market at all right now. We gapped up, we pulled back off. Oh, it's all news. It's just all news generated. It's about pulling back a little bit here. Yeah, Heaven, listen, you took some nice long trades today at APP and STX with profits, but I'm not really happy with my position sizing. And you're trying to figure out how to adjust to intraday short-term trading compared to the larger swing positions you were taking last year. Yeah, but this is not a swinging market. We haven't taken very many swings in the room. We've taken some. Roblex worked okay, but you have to be really selective. It used to be, when you had a trending market, it wasn't news driven. Most of your trades, the long trades, would work out as long as you were following your technicals. Right now, it's much more difficult with all these gaps. Do I have any insider tips? Is it just about lowering the time frame and being more active? Well, listen, stock selection is the most important thing. All right, stock selection is the most important thing. So when you have a market that's not doing anything like today, you got to find something that's really strong, really weak. Like I said, car was really weak, but it came right down to support. Tesla was weak earlier, but it's still showing good momentum right here, so I can't touch that. So you got to search for stocks that are strong and weak, relative strength, relative weakness, and then you take the small size position and you take your profit soon. You can't stay in these positions very long. It's kind of like a semi-scalping type environment right now in the market, which is tough to trade. I prefer not to. I much prefer swing trading, but the market is not set up for swing trading. All swing trading is going to do is get you a bunch of losses after a few days, generally, unless you can pick some really good stocks and they keep working. We took Roblex, which worked really nicely. I mean, Roblex was a really good one, and we're in BL, which is also another nice long. The setup on the daily chart, but the daily chart is what you have to go by the daily chart, and then you try to find a daily chart that's good. For example, bullish, with a 5-minute chart that's bullish. It's outperforming the market. In other words, it's outperforming the SPY, and then you find a good entry level somewhere around the VWAP or the 15. You take the trade. As soon as it starts to lose momentum, you get out. That's how you have to trade this stuff. That's about the best advice I can give you, Evan. It's a tough trading market. Tesla's. If I look at the Tesla chart, if I look on it on the 5-minute, first of all, I know I get green over here. So I get green here on Tesla. it's coming down pretty hard today. So this is pretty bearish. It's staying just below the VWAP right here. But if I look at the daily chart on Tesla, it's pretty bearish. I mean, it's broken through the 8, it's broken through the 15. It's got support here at the 15. It's got resistance that means it's got resistance at the 15. It's got support all the way down here at 315. So on the daily chart, it looks like a good short setup. But the problem we've got with it on the 5-minute chart is this momentum. It's been staying green from blue and green since 10:30. It's not showing, even no matter what the stock does, it's not showing any indication of weakening. So I can't touch this thing short. If it breaks above the VWAP, it's almost tempting to try to take it long. I probably won't, but that's what it looks like. Because I mean, it's red for the day on a green day in the market. So I'm not going to trade against the market. I'm not going to trade this long. I'd much prefer to take it short if I get momentum. It rolls over and I get momentum going down, but I don't. How far Ryan, how do I determine how far to look back when I'm looking for supply, support, and resistance? Well, first of all, your moving averages are important on the daily chart. Your 100, your 200, and your 50. Right, your 50, 100, and 200 SMAs. Then I use the 8 exponential moving average and the 15. After that, I have to look for like horizontal support, horizontal resistance levels. I also use things called algo lines. But I'll go back. A lot of times, it depends on where the pricing is in stock. Sometimes you got to go back 2 years to find a decent support or resistance level. But most of the time, the major moving averages are somewhere in range that you can look at. If you're looking at Tesla right now, you don't have. Here's your major moving averages. There's the 100, there's the 200, there's the 50. They're all it's above all of them. So it's bullish as far as that's concerned. But this would be the next level to support. That's what you'd say would be support. As with this high volume line right here, and here's your resistance right here at 347.03, and you have some resistance right here on the 15 too, which is about 336.78. You know, it's a puzzle, man. When you have to put all these pieces together. About 11:40. Meta just moving sideways. SPY pretty much moving sideways, just below the VWAP right now. But the buyers and sellers seem to be fairly well paired off at the moment. Tesla dropping down a little bit below the VWAP. See, the momentum is pulled down just a little bit, but it's still above 80, so again, I can't touch it. Man, a sideways, very sideways action here. BL coming pull back just a bit. Say something, Ruth?
Talking to this spider or something up there.
Oh.
It's been there for days.
ain't they? Crowd for a short, CRWD. You know, I no. And listen, this is off of earnings, all right? Crowd had earnings last night. Here it is, right here on the daily chart, right here. So this, see this big gap down on earnings all the way down here, pull down, pull back up again. I can't short this now. It is bouncing, and this is kind of a short setup right here at the 8, but you get the support at the 15. This is a no man's land trade as far as I'm concerned. This thing could go either way. Here's your big volume on this earnings, and it's bounced up pretty nicely from the low. Okay, you get down to 445, a high of 470, trading right in the middle now. It opened at 454. So, yeah, I would not short crowd. No, not off of the earnings. These things take a little time to settle down after the earnings comes out, and again, the chart itself is, other than earnings dropping it down, this is a pretty bullish setup in crowd. You know, look at this move. Tesla's starting to pull down a little bit here, so I'm watching it for potential short. Watching the momentum. Watching momentum in Meta. It's now going red, but it's still above. It's just not going anywhere. It's just moving completely sideways here on Meta. Gary, if the ES is above the VWAP and SPY is below the VWAP, which carries more weight? Well, I mean, it probably, let's take a look at the ES here. Yeah, well, the ES is just below the VWAP right here. It's at 0.1. SPY is up 0.14. They look pretty similar to me. I think they're very, very equal. I mean, typically, I don't give one either weight over the other. I mean, if you're trading futures, you trade ES, obviously, but this doesn't look much different than the SPY to me. See the momentum indicator on it, same thing. So yeah, I don't really have an answer for that. I don't consider look at the one and then the other. I'd just say they're going to be pretty much in line with each other, and you know, if there's a variation in it, you know, they may equal out after a period of time. So on the 5-minute, yeah. I don't use that as you know, I don't use that as a comparison for relative weakness, relative strength, anything like that. It's Meta just moving sideways. This is low probability trading environment here. Very, very low probability. I mean, this is, again, you just have to try this. This Tesla, by the way, we just went yellow on momentum. You notice it just broke down, just went down, just went below 80, sloping down. It's not a real steep slope, but it's sloping down. Not so good, not so much that I would take it here yet. You've got this dynamic compression zone right here, but it is at least turning into a short here. Meta still holding weak momentum, but still moving sideways. Ari, NTRA, I think I missed this. Yeah, NTRA, biotech, very promising with relative strength. NTRA. Yep, good relative strength today. Good daily chart. Been very choppy here for the last month. Trying to break out. Trying to break out. Very choppy, but trying to break out. You do have an algo line at NTRA, Ari, right there. So some resistance there at about 170. Meta coming back down toward the VWAP here. SPY starting to just chop. I mean, this red and green mixed. Triple Qs right to the VWAP. Tesla showing a red candle there, showing a little bit of weakness now. So Tesla's, if you like Tesla short, this is a decent entry for it. Yeah, don't trust any of these trade stocks right now in this market. Market very, very undecided. Just can't run. I can't take anything here right now. This market is just going no place. Everything's bouncing back and forth. Red candle on Tesla right back up again. The momentum is getting the weak at it at least, but I'm not going to touch anything. Looking at Meta long still, but its momentum's weak. And it's just trading just above the VWAP. Not a good day for trading anything right now. This is LPTE for sure. Cara had gone down and bounced right off support. Right down to the support I had mentioned before, 109.30, 109 something, 109 some change, 109.31. Got to like 109.50 and then bounced right in here. This Tesla back again to momentum, moving back up again. Again, can't touch this thing. Just cannot touch it here. We're going to see if we get any kind of a bounce in Meta. It's just kind of moving sideways. Very, very low probability trading environment here. There's nothing. I don't see any point in putting much money into this right now at all, into this market. We get BL starting to pull back a little bit now as well. U moving up strongly here today. Been a nice one. MCHP also looks a good setup. Core Weave is also a good setup, just kind of moving sideways. And Mullen was the one I talked about this morning of a Momo, just kind of moving sideways at this point. So just watching. Don't really SPY coming in here. Q's right here at the view. A very, very low probability trading environment. It's an LPTE. There is just no edge here to trading this market at all right now. I mean, there's a few good stocks. MCHP looks decent. Again, Tesla I like short earlier, but I didn't touch it, and I'm certainly not going to touch it now. Momentum keeps switching back and forth here, but the stock is back up above the VWAP again. It's a very low probability trading environment. Very low probability. SPY coming in now a little bit. Q's coming right back down to the VWAP. Q's still green by 0.2%. SPY up by 0.1%. And IWM red by 0.2%. IWM the weakest index. Terrible trading conditions right now. Really awful. Meta sideways. Tesla moving up. Can't trade this stuff. Can't trade this stuff. This is just, to me, it's just it's a crapshoot to go out there and put any trades on right now. Well, after 12 o'clock. Gonna get some lunch here in a couple minutes. Kevin, how are you supposed to feed the cat in these market conditions? You think getting better at trading is one option? Yeah, it takes a lot of time. Listen, it takes time. Again, I think this SPY super system we've got here, and the methodologies we use over here in the room are probably as good as you can get as far as being able to be consistently profitable. That's the whole point of the room. And these indicators on here are extremely effective. What do I think about PRCH? Had a big move, then went sideways for a few weeks, but now below the 20. Yeah, PRCH has been a kind of a fairly volatile stock. But the setup, I still like it. It's above the 8 and the 15 today. It's just been kind of moving sideways. This is PRCH, right? So if you look at PRCH on the big picture, here's a bull flag. See the big volume here? The big candle, big volume. See how it's moved sideways as the volume drops down? You get a little pop on volume here, but it comes right back down again. Still trading along the 8. Got extended from the 8, so it's still just kind of trading along the 8 right now. But this is still bullish. See, here's your flagpole right here. So that we would have to break below there to be a break below the bull flag. So this is still a bullish trade. How long is it going to take? Who knows? This thing has just been compressing here for a long, long time. But am I still bullish on it? I absolutely am bullish on it. Hope that answers your question, Trader Midas. In a few more minutes, about 5-10 minutes, I'm going to take some lunch. Good day for a nap. This market is going nowhere right now. It's starting to pull down a little bit now, but Meta, which has been strong, sitting right on the VWAP here. You're welcome, Trader Midas. SPY coming down. Here's the low on the SPY today right there. About another $1 to the downside. Market kind of pacing down here right now. You can see the. Take a look at these candles. Here's some highs. We're not putting in any higher highs here. We're putting in lower highs, and no lower lows yet that we've got below yet. But we'll see. Lows down here. But these are kind of lower lows, so just kind of watch the market. This is just low probability. There's just nothing here to trade as far as I'm concerned. SPY coming down. Q's also coming down. Meta coming down below the VWAP. And Tesla below the VWAP. Short again. I don't trust any of this. Right, I'm gonna grab some lunch here. It's about almost 12:15. Get something to eat. I'll be back in a little bit. Let me go ahead and shut down the YouTube feed. Thanks very much all the folks in YouTube today. I appreciate your coming in. I'll be here again tomorrow between 11 and 11:15. Again, I'll be out Friday and all next week. Friday I'll be on vacation. All next week I'll be on vacation. I'll be back a week from Monday. Now, a week from next Monday.